Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. The real G here, and in today's video I'll be reacting to a Kenyan politician, 𝗗𝗵𝗄𝗏 Murkomen, and he was also the CS for transport, and the way he was bragging about the things he owns, and we'll be seeing and gauging him whether the things are from corruption and what's not. So guys, that is by Obinna TV, and so guys, with all that said and done, let's get to the video.
Tuanze maswali sasa. You ready?
Yes.
Brace for impact. Sasa ni moto. Alafu sasa majibu zikuwe kidogo.
Okay.
You tumeshaongea for 1 hour
I can see it's almost, yeah.
No, wako hapa. We have 9.5 thousand people watching.
Okay.
My people always
guys,
and
9.5 thousand people watching the interview. Okay, live. When it was live.
So, the elephant in the room.
Yeah.
Most people don't like you.
Let me increase the volume, guys.
Yeah. Most people feel you are arrogant. Most people feel you come off very hauna utu. When you gaidi.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
Well, you told me, but I have also seen it on social media and so forth and so forth. You know, when you sometimes I think it's a problem with those of us who had to fight our way to be where we are. Okay. Yeah.
Or maybe the information is wrong. Maybe he's not that corrupt, or I am not, maybe the things he owns are from rightfully acquired.
If you know where some of us have come from a squatter, living in shanties and having no permanent abode, to the life we've lived in, to the struggle we've come through it. I think when sometimes I become maybe aggressive in defending myself or defending my position. But
that makes total sense,
me,
because
Obinna, I am not all those
when you've struggled for long, you are often, defensive of the things you have.
I am
because many people are afraid to lose them,
boy, that one who grew up in the bush, and that was a squatter. Yeah, I identify with my roots. I am confident about where I come from. I do not apologize about the struggles that I've gone through. I empathize with the people. Remember, I was just a senator the other day, elected 3 times.
Yeah, that statement is correct, because how can you apologize for the struggle you've gone through? Because
you must be able to identify
before you are successful.
You must be able to work with people. This arrogance thing is a political manipulation. People take one incident, for example, and you turn around, or someone sees you the way you have dressed, the way you have whatever, or in one incident you've told off an irritant somewhere, political irritant or something like that. Then people say, oh, this guy is arrogant. But in my normal life, I live my normal life. I walk in town, I go to shops, I go wherever.
Or maybe he's not that bad of a politician, but politicians have this thing of, they have a sweet tongue, so can't judge it, whether he's legitimate of the things he's saying.
My business, but I'm very passionate. Every time, anything I do it with all my heart.
You don't like PR, but today unatupiga PR.
I don't.
Hiyo saa ya disco unavaa si ile saa tumejua.
Wait, is that the watch that was being spoken about?
It's not even adding up. Umekuja na saa ya disco. Inua hivi kidogo.
My friend, this is a very...
Korir, ebu zoom in hapa. Ona.
This is a very expensive watch. Yeah, very.
Wait,
this is
that doesn't look so expensive.
This is according to social media. Yeah, not according to me.
Okay.
According to social media, this watch costs about, I think I saw 400,000 or 700,000.
Wait, but 400,000, guys,
I tell you
for a watch.
Okay. My first watch I wore in
crazy, guys.
In 1991. Yeah, I was then in class 6. My first watch. Okay. How did I get this watch? My father wanted
By
to motivate
1991, he was in class
me
6.
to work harder.
Okay.
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 He had seen me. I don't know. He had some watch there. I think it was given by his friend. So I always really liked my father's watch. So once in a while I would wear it and so forth. And then there was this priest called Father Reynard, who is in where I come from. Is like the first leader in our area. It's like the MP. So in his Father Reynard really used to pull his sweater up and so forth, and had this very nice watch. So my father told me, okay.
Oh, so it seems that he had an obsession with watches.
If you
Even from long ago when he was young.
Number 3. I never used to beat the other 2 guys who were ahead of us. So I was number 3 and sometimes 4. So he told me, if you become number 1, I'll buy you a watch. My friend, I read, revised, read in one term. I became number 2. But this number 2,
okay, so
his
first watch was gifted to him by his father.
They were wondering how suddenly in one term I have moved from consistent number 3, number 4 to number 1. It's not possible. So I remember it was home science. I had got 88 marks, and I think the other guy got 87 or something like that. For some reason, I ended up having 85. I cannot forget that thing. As a result, the number 1 beat me with 1 mark. So I went home and I cried. Told my dad, I never managed it, despite the way I worked hard. There was a time I read at home, because we were using, we used to have the tin lamp. You know?
Boy.
Yeah, that one. Yeah. So, the smoke and all that. So I had read until my father told me, go and sleep.
He was reading with the tin lamp. Okay.
So, akanihurumia.
Myself was, I was not that different too. Long ago, I was reading with the lamp.
Also there at a shop or whatever.
Crazy guys, crazy where we've come from, guys.
Yeah, it wasn't G-Shock then. It doesn't become a G-Shock then. So the other day, I was on an official trip, yeah, and I found this Casio on one of the airports, and I bought it myself to remind myself of the first watch I ever
of the
wore.
experiences he had when he was young.
It's very
nice.
Vintage. It's even though the amount was like 9,000 shillings, but value-wise in my heart, yeah, it's more valuable than the other watches that are.
This watch is 9,000.
It's about 9,000 yes.
USD.
9,000
shillings.
Oh.
But of course, it
okay, but 9,000 is
where I bought it was 9,000.
Quite a sum for just a watch.
The other day he saw it in one of the shops 13,000 and so forth. Depends.
G-Shock.
Yeah, this is a G-Shock. Yeah. How much is it? And where you bought it?
Me G-Shock yangu tofauti. Mi yangu ni zile zingine, but it's not 9,000. But it's
his G-Shock is not
lakini imelete pia.
It's not 9,000.
When I watch it, when I owe it, it quickly, it was like 400,000, 700,000. So it has its own problem.
Hii ni shamba hii.
Yeah?
Hiyo ni shamba.
Wakasema ni shamba.
Okay, so that means that maybe his watch is an investment now.
Yeah, let me say
because if it increases in value,
nothing but
it means that maybe in a while it will bring him some money.
Cost that people,
it's an asset, not a liability.
And the reason is because it was sold to me by my friend. Okay? There are 2 watches that keep popping in the social media. The first one, yeah, I bought it. Not as expensive as they talk about it. The second one, a friend of mine came and said, because he saw the other on social media, he came and told me, I sell watches. Yeah? Do you want me to sell you Rolex? I said, yeah, why not? Yeah?
Wait, Rolex is so expensive, guys. But, he's a successful politician, so he deserves it, maybe. He deserves the blessings,
No, that's true. That is true. And so recently I asked him, my friend, first you put me in trouble. And I'm sure he's watching. I hope he's watching. So I told him, my friend, you put me in trouble. But most importantly, why did you sell me this watch this cheaper than what people are saying about the watches in the market? He told me, I wanted to keep it for myself. But I didn't want to also...
Okay, so the Rolex was sold to him
like
cheaper than the cost, or how it usually costs.
He told me, yes, it is true. It is costing as high as some of the figures that I see on social media. So, Obinna, let me tell you something. In life, in this life that we live in, there are things that sometimes are vanity that you find yourself, you end up buying. For example, shoes. My wife, if we travel to her to a shop after church, and there's good shoes that are somewhere, she will tell me, hey, don't look that side, turn this way. In fact, now my children know. We go
Myself, I was obsessed with shoes a while ago. Not
Why?
gonna
Because
lie,
they know if
guys.
I see a good shoe, I may forget that I
like
was
shoes.
to buy
I used to like shoes so
buy
much.
the shoe.
Yeah.
So you get yourself at home and you are like, the things that you wanted to buy that are very primary to you, why did you leave it and you go and buy something else? The truth, and I don't want to lie to you, the truth is that every human being, including yourself, there is that thing that that diverts you away from using the resources you have to invest on something better. I appreciate the comments that have come from Kenyans to say, why are you wearing an expensive watch or an expensive
a Rolex
shoes?
Damn, okay.
And it is true. Had I taken this money, perhaps to invest in money market, to buy something in bonds and so forth, maybe it would have had me interest and move and do something else. Had I used that money to expand my avocado farm, maybe I would earn a few dollars by exporting those avocados and so forth. But once in a while in life, I really want to tell all Kenyans that have faulted me for wearing those watches that is my weakness. But I am willing to correct myself, because there is a verse in the Bible that says, if there is something that makes you to sin, if your eye makes you to sin, remove it. If your hand makes
you to sin, you chop it off.
If a watch or a certain type of shoes are going to make the people
that watch is costly, 900,000.
Distract their attention,
guys.
From
crazy amount of sum for just a watch.
And perhaps divert attention of a citizen or a family member or whatever. I have said this to my friends, that watch can stay. Yeah?
But yours is not the problem, the watch or the shoe. The problem is the money.
The money of that watch.
Where are you getting the money to spend it? Because you have a lot of money that most people can't explain where it's coming from, and that's where the problem. People don't mind you wearing whatever.
Yeah.
But when you can't explain, that's when be like, wait a minute. For example, let's just do a quick check. What's the most expensive shoe you have in your closet?
Most expensive shoe might be 70,000, 80,000.
Wait, 80,000?
Belt 40, 50.
Belt 40,000 shillings.
Well, I want to be honest with you. Yes.
No, wait.
Okay. But I don't need to wear two belts.
That's a little bit too much.
How many belts do you want?
Belt for 40,000 shillings. Crazy, guys. Crazy.
Nunua belt moja ya 50,000, lakini nunua ya kupendua. Brown upande huu, black upande huu. Ujui bwana. Na itakuwa ni quality. Sasa ukitanga brown side,
you can get a belt which you can use both sides for even a lesser sum amount of money. Less than 1,000,
which I bought with my own money.
A belt costs about 700 shillings.
I think
not 50,000, bro.
It's about 900,000 or something. Watch, yeah.
Okay.
No, it was, I think, summary of that,
higher. So if we do the quick math, for example, of this expensive watch, then the belt ya 50,000 to 950, then tucheze na viatu. Umesema viatu ni 80.
Yeah.
Let's round it off to 100.
Yeah.
So let's say 1.1 something. Yeah. Someone can leave the house anatembea hivi.
Yeah.
unajua kutoka juu mpaka chini amevaa kitu kama 1.5
because 1.5 million
ubai yote safari moja.
Okay.
Oh,
sasa 1.5 million. Crazy
ubai yote
guys.
safari moja.
Crazy.
Unapanga.
Ukitoka na saa ya
1 million
expensive
unavaa hii suit yako kidogo ya 20 or 30,000. So ile ingine ina
una balance. So nakupata. So tuseme hii ndo siku umetoka na saa ya 900.
Spending like a million shillings to him is just music to his ears, you know. Music to his ears. He's used to it.
20,000 hivi.
20,000.
Yeah, there about.
A tie for 20,000. Okay.
Yeah, that watch ukinunua. And let me tell you something that somebody told me. Because I'm now obsessed with these things and studying and so forth.
Okay.
If you buy watch, hiyo ya 900,000, you wear it for 20 years.
So you
don't keep saying mwezi ujao another one, you know, something like that.
Okay.
If you buy your shoe, a nice shoe, you wear it for 2 years. Okay? If you buy a good belt, and I told you ununue yenye kupendwa upande
wa umesema unanipea 50,000.
Unavaa hiyo 2 years.
Yeah. Okay. So this is where I was going.
Na unang'ara tu
Okay. So this is where I was going.
Alafu unatafuta time nzuri na shine hivi
ya 30,000.
15 20 inang'ara
Unazavaa nayo. Wacha tusiingie personal.
Now he started embarrassing him. Okay, those two ties are so different. Okay, the difference is
I was free to tell
visible, you know.
Maybe I've even forgot myself that we are in other people are watching.
This one looks more expensive than this one.
Come tilt. No. Okay, straight. No, this one, hold here. Hold this one. Then make a straight.
Okay, that style looks okay, maybe less than 1,000 shillings. And this other one costs like 50,000, bro.
Leo kwa sababu nimekuja na G-Shock. Nimekuja na ya 15 or so.
Hii ni ya 15,000.
Yeah. Sasa you are saying, I was telling you why.
Tiny 15.
That's what I was saying. What I was trying to tell you is that, you know, sometimes I find it very unfortunate, that you appoint somebody a cabinet secretary, okay? You're a former senator. You know, a senator in a month, would earn certain good amount of money, a lawyer who runs business, a farmer who has export of cash crops and so forth, like I do, a few investment here and there. Now, you appoint them to office, okay? They buy maybe one piece of a tie, one trouser here, or one whatever, or in his obsession, he has exported his few avocados here and there, buys himself a good watch or something like that. And you have so many public officers who have far much more valuables. And then an entire conglomeration of a country reduces himself to discussing this watch, to this shoe, to this tie, to this whatever.
But you dress how you want to be addressed, you know. If you put it public out there, everybody will be discussing about you.
That I was not going to engage myself in corruption.
Wearing a 900,000 watch is crazy, guys. Because there are many people who he is serving that expect him to do more, you
why
know.
Are people discussing one watch?
Better than how he's serving them, you
and
know.
I've told them one thing.
As the CS.
There's a silver lining in this discussion. And the silver lining is this. It is 2 years down the line, nobody, not a single person, has accused me of corruption.
Si ulipatwa Dubai na pesa ngapi? Ulishikwa Dubai.
Wait, okay, he's talking about not being accused of corruption.
You think or you know? You think what
and he has allegations that he had big amounts of money, big sums of money in Dubai. In Dubai, crazy guys.
USD, 210 million USD. Hey! Do you know how many pickups are those?
I have no idea.
210 million USD.
That would be about 3 or 4 pickups.
That is almost
dollars.
like 30 billion shillings.
How do you,
30 billion shillings.
So I've had to do a calculation of weight and what because of course I saw it on social media. I see it on social media. If you have to carry that amount of money, you would need the entire I don't know, a whole section of a plane to carry it. And I think my friend, you can't even pass a hotel like this without money.
Dubai. Tuanzie hapo.
Dubai ya Kenya. Because you know, when they were saying nimeshikwa kwa Dubai, I was in Nairobi. So when even the president was being asked that this week that your minister alishikwa nini. So I don't know, Dubai, you mean Dubai, United Arab Emirates, or Dubai somewhere in Kenya? I think let's be serious.
So
let's a bit more serious. I mean, really, you know what? By the time we pick any social media stories that even doesn't have a name, doesn't have a face, doesn't have a reporter, you know, I am used to that. I am absolutely used to fake news.
So what's the biggest amount of money you might be cash?
By law, you cannot be allowed to carry more than 1 million shillings out of the country.
No, not by law.
Yeah.
Okay, he's a politician.
If you're thinking what I'm thinking,
he can play with the rules. He can even
let's talk about
go over
the
the rules. You know,
the country, baby.
Politicians have so many advantages out there.
Dollars,
not dollars, Kenya shillings. To get dollars here is not a joke. It's not easy. I do some few exports here and there. It's very difficult.
Could travel out.
You travel
okay,
out,
wait. 1 million shillings in cash.
I have because
a million.
You know there is law.
Okay,
so
one day
cash,
I'll show you guys how 1 million shilling looks like. I'll show you guys one day. Trust me.
And sometimes
trust me, guys.
To carry, the most I've carried in my ever travel since I was born is about $10,000. The most, and to countries where you know maybe your card will not work and so forth. One day we went for a trip. I was in Senate to country X. Let me not say where it was. And then I went with a friend of ours. We reached there, my friend. Our cards refused. Yeah, we booked the hotels online, but the card refused. We were in trouble. We could not call. We could not. It was past banking hour in Kenya. We could not get to the hotel. We tried. For some reason, one of our colleagues, his card went through. Yeah, we went and squatted in his room to
Remember that watch for 900,000?
Yeah.
That part?
Yeah.
Is when it could have come through.
That watch, I would have taken the
okay, he's suggesting that he would have, given out the watch for 900k. That watch that costs 900k for the night.
A number of years.
But doesn't make any sense. 900k, guys. That's a lot of money.
Have you operated in Nairobi and then you are told, unapata mtu, you know, for us who came from village to the city, so when I first came to the city, unapata mtu anakuambia mercury, mtu anakuita because they know unakaa mshamba anakuambia niko na mercury hapa ni ya pesa sijui ngapi. So sometimes people tell you that a watch will appreciate and then maybe it is like that mercury. I hope it's not one of those.
Some do. There are collectibles that do. Like Rolexes are very few and they are...
I'm told so. And I hope also my Rolex is genuine because I hear it's now suffering a lot of...
You've just said that for the last 2 years, you've not engaged in any corrupt situation?
For my entire life.
Or your entire life?
My entire life.
But during the express, when the president was being engaged, you are being mentioned as being amongst the most corrupt CSS.
Okay, during the meeting for the president's meeting on X or Twitter,
as I told you, everybody's entitled.
He was being accused with allegations of the most corrupt politician.
Corruption.
Crazy. Easy, guys.
You know, when people see you are managing such a certain ministry, yeah, the quickly thing comes to mind is that it must be stealing money. But let me tell you something. You see the person who always thinks about other people stealing money, it is what is in their head. Because they believe if I was in that position, ningebeba ningechota kitu.
So hujabeba kitu?
Never.
Ni salary yako tu?
And I will not.
Umesema luku umekuwa unapiga ukiwa hata senator juu ya salary.
My friend, the same places.
Okay, how much are senators paid, guys? How much are senators in Kenya paid? So that he may be able to afford all that.
Because gari anaendesha, manguo anavaa, but ni senator.
I know his salary is higher than mine.
Okay,
yes, almost twice.
But he ana watch ya 900,000.
He might have chosen to invest in a farm in Busia.
But you also have a farm of avocado.
That's what I'm saying. He might have chosen to invest in something else. My friend, I know friends that, when they go for a weekend somewhere, wanasema blue level, sijui 20-year-old, 30-year-old. Everybody has their own way of investing their resources. Yeah,
so that's true.
I cannot vouch for
anybody can
invest
his money in different platforms and different.
Given 1 million, you and me, yeah,
places,
invest different.
Not just buying accessories.
Maybe I'll go to money market.
No,
I'm just saying. I'm giving an example.
Yeah?
Too. Another person
above the head. Anguka nayo.
So all of us have different ways of spending what we have.
Okay.
I think that because, and I'm now more conscious and knowledgeable about what's happening, because Kenyans don't want me to wear certain watches and certain shoes. That's a small price to pay so that I concentrate on doing my job.
So you'll never wear the watch for 900,000?
Let it stay. My sons can wear, or my
𝗚𝗲𝗍,
or I can, donate to somebody else. Lete pesa bana.
Wacha maneno.
Lete pesa, ndakukatia.
I'm missing 900,000. So you came out and you called on all public servants and state officers to be audited.
I agree. I believe in it.
Why are you not the first?
I'm ready.
Do we start with you?
Yes.
Okay, he's not been audited yet.
In any case, we make our financial declaration every day.
Okay.
Why am I not doing
make other minis?
I am ready to be audited.
Okay, how much was his financial declaration?
Or the standards, or
how
the
much?
Form, or whatever, or send me on WhatsApp. I will answer every question.
Okay.
Do you know the paradox, Obinna? I didn't want to say this further. Where I live, okay? Where I live.
In Nairobi ama Ushago?
Let me just use like Nairobi.
Okay.
Yeah? Is many, many times more than the watch, the cost. Okay? Took me about 10 years to buy and build. Okay?
10 years.
The car I used to drive.
To buy and build.
I used to drive. Let me say I used, because I use government car now.
Worth it.
The car I used to
maybe
drive,
it's worth
which is still at my home, is many times more expensive than this watch. Yeah. Yet, when people discuss these things about me, when I went to Parliament, I declared that I was worth 550 million. Yeah.
Okay, his declaration was 550 million.
It's not a secret.
Okay.
Yeah. I provided, they asked me which assets, which whatever, what are you doing, and so on.
He's a politician, okay. 550 million.
Because it's just a progression.
But, okay, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money, not gonna lie. Not gonna lie.
I went to become a cabinet secretary. How much loan did I take? What have I invested in? What has it come back to me? How much salary do I have, and so forth? It's very easy.
Okay.
It is.
Aye.
Guys, I think that's the end of when the time he was bragging about his finances and his accessories. I hope you loved that video, guys, and because I liked it too, and I want to see your comment down below whether you think his money is legitimate or not. So that's it, guys, and done. I'm the real G, and I'll be seeing you in the next video. So click here above to view the next video, and subscribe above here. So guys, with all that said and done, see you in the next video. Peace.